Someone smart is going to have to explain to me why Pickmes and some of these men have an issue with the West 4B movement. Here in the West, we had men that have been proclaiming that they got their passports, they got their passports. They have been in these Kitten Hill groups for 3 years talking about how women have hit the wall, how women of a certain age are unvaluable, how if we're not having babies, we're unvaluable, how if, they have multiple baby daddies, that we're unvaluable, how if we have weaves, wigs, we're unvaluable, how women who go to work and do that are just masculine. You've had these people saying these things for multiple years. So those men, I'm trying to figure out why those men have an issue with the West 4B movement. But by the same token, I'm trying to figure out why Pickmes have an issue. It's more men for y'all. It's more men. It's like if these women that are participating take themselves out of the mix, that is more men for y'all. It's more opportunities to get picked. So if someone smart could chime in on what possible reason Pickmes and a lot of these manosphere red pill men, passport bros, have an issue with these women, if someone could chime in, that would be helpful. Here's Supreme's caption on this picture. There will be no more competition, sis. We're giving you all the men you can handle. No need to tell us how you got and can keep a man. We literally love that for you. No more, I can take your man because I look better. And the thing is, like, I've been on lives and I've just been listening in, trying to see why people are so mad. And I have not been able to figure it out. Like, women are literally angry that some women are opting out. And obviously, it's not going to end humanity because, like, some of us are still going to have kids. I do have kids. Some women are not participating. So, why does it matter if a subsection of women opt out? Someone smart, please chime in. And then you got men that want to be snarky. This person, John, West 4B movement sounds awesome. Thank you, ladies, for giving us the peace that we asked for. Men, if you want peace, you do not have to run to my page to tell me that you want peace. All you have to do is not talk. Then you have this woman who came and wrote a long old essay. Yeah, some men are a little demanding and annoying, and some are traditional and want a woman to be traditional in these new modern days. But I think it's mostly women have gotten to the point in time where they want men to be more soft, feminine, and controllable. They want these men to act like they're girlfriends instead of men, but at the same time, they disrespect and walk all over these men who try to give them comfort and softness at the same time. Thankfully, my man. Okay. So I don't know why she wrote all this. This was under one of the West 4B movement videos that I put out. If women are saying we are opting out, all of these essays are unnecessary. Sis, you got your man. You said it in here. You got your man. Great. There is no need to tell other women who are saying, I don't want to participate. You don't have to say all this to the point that some women want soft men and want to walk all over. Why are you writing this essay under this type of post? These women are saying, I don't want to have relationships with men. So all of this is unnecessary. Copy and paste this on a video that makes sense. This person says, I got to be honest as a man. Y'all have fun. I'm like, okay, thanks. And he says, I actually hope this succeeds. I've always said that two things can't get along, should separate completely. Is good for both sides, I think. I'm like, okay, thanks. And these people don't understand that they don't really have to talk to me. I don't care about their opinion. And then this person comes to my page. Can we stop the gender attacks, wars in the Black community, please? And my point to this is not a war. This is not what war looks like. Because when women are pulling back, women are not becoming dangerous. Women are not the ones punching people in the face in New York. Women are not the ones that are becoming ancellosauruses and harming women simply because they can't get one. Women are not the ones that are wiling out on other people. That is men. This is not what war looks like. Women are saying, I'm good. I just want to not participate in relationships or have babies. This is not what war is. And to reduce it down to that is silly. And then this person says, in the Black community. This is not just the Black community. I am all across social media, up and down, across, around. It is women. women are saying, I'm all for this. I've been doing this for years. I'm tired. I'm opting out. Women across the board are tired. There's a popular YouTuber that took the 4B movement and brought it to her platform. And she's like, why are women opting out? I don't get it. And she's like, yes, I understand that some men do this, this, and that. And you just need to heal. You need to take accountability. She's doing all of the typical things that these red pillar men do, talking about accountability and not all men and all that kind of stuff. But she does acknowledge that some of the reason that women are opting out is because of men. And why these women keep doing this, like some of these women don't have ample reason to not want to be in a relationship, is silly. But why are these women so pressed about other women pulling back? Like literally, I'm married. Other women not choosing to be married doesn't impact my marriage. Why do these people care so much? But some of the comments, I'm totally okay with this. It may be beneficial for toxic women to avoid spreading their negativity to children. Let the generation go childless. Absolutely. If y'all don't like, why do y'all care? This person says, as a dude, I can tell you, we've decided to focus on anything but women like this. Cool. It's a win-win. This person says, MGTOW are incelosauruses. 4B is so empowering. Honestly, it doesn't matter how you interpret it. The women are saying, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. This person says, I love it. Feminists not dealing with men, win-win for everybody. Absolutely. Why are people pressed? This person says, in East Asian countries, the misogyny is actually real. Men are actually so terrible to women. So it doesn't make sense in America at all, but in Korea, it makes sense. I roll my eyes when people in America complain about misogyny, but I genuinely empathize with women from other cultures when they complain about the treatment they get. I've lived in America and Japan, by the way. This country is built on sexism and racism. In this country, women were second-class citizens. We were property of men. We were either property of our daddies or we became property of our husbands. Women literally had to fight for our rights to own ourselves. There is misogyny in this country, and it's taken a long time to even get the couple of rights that we have now. So this is disingenuous. This person says the significant difference here is that South Korea does not incentivize single motherhood. Okay, but if these women are saying we don't want to have kids, we don't want to be married, does it matter? They're saying I don't want to do this at all. Gary in the middle says, I have to confess that I kind of like the idea of hardcore feminists not procreating. Great, y'all. Let the women go if they don't. Like, why is there so much discussion? There shouldn't be that much discussion, especially for what the vitriol that women have gotten, the devaluation, the men saying that we're not valuable after a certain age, and y'all, these people should be happy. You would think that they would be happy. Anyways, people are so irritated with the West 4B movement. Totally get it. Like literally women pulling away means that certain people won't have access. And then there are some people, and it's been brought to my attention, that women censoring other women that were born female makes some people get upset. She was having a live yesterday and the whole live got dropped because she started talking about the T in LGBT, and how they were upset because women who were born female are center of this conversation. We can't even have a conversation where we're talking about women pulling back from men. Like literally, we could have a conversation. We can have a conversation, but not all of us have the same experience in this country. And when women are sitting up here talking about our experiences and why they want to do certain things and creating a community around other people, folks want to get hyperbolic and act like they are being, something is being done to them. They throw out the phobic word all the time. And simply women centering ourselves as not being vitriolic towards the T people. And Supreme did have a conversation about that. And on my YouTube page, I'm going to glue it to the end of this video. I'm not going to do it on TikTok because TikTok will snatch stuff down. All right, y'all, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
With you guys saying you guys are for trans people, because the trans women are saying that it's denoting of certain characteristics. So that's why I was like, I kind of had like a mind.
So that, and Gazer, this is why I invited you. Are you a trans woman?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
But
so here's a, but 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute, Gazer. Because you're not a trans woman, this is good. And I wanted for you to come up here because we need to come to a resolution for this, because the trans sisters are all over the place calling us TERFs and saying that we're horrible people because we wouldn't let them be a part of the West 4B. Here's the thing. Trans women, like we said yesterday, still want to date men. And there's nothing wrong with that. But since you are a cis woman, I wanted to know, what are you doing to make space for trans women? Did you start an organization for them?
I'm not a cis woman. I'm just a woman.
Okay.
But I'm here because it contradicts itself when you guys are saying that you guys are you guys support trans people, but then you guys go and step back and say, well, they cannot be a part of your movement, and they would actually have to create their own movement.
Why not? Why shouldn't they? But again, how do you know that?
There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with what you guys are, most of the stuff you guys are talking about. I agree with it. But that's where the contradiction lies. And
there's no, ma'am, do you mind if I call you ma'am?
I don't mind. You can call me.
Okay, so there, and you know what's so funny? You are the, I think you are the, are you a woman of color? Are you a Black woman?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you are the maybe 7th Black woman that came into this space for the cause of trans women. I haven't had a trans woman come into this space yet and defend themselves or ask to even be a part. Another thing is, the only trans person that came up here after I started the West 4B was Jessica Wabbit. And Jessica Wabbit didn't like it too. And then I guess she called us TERFs, and then she went off and I guess she told all of the community that we were trans. And Gazer, I want to give you a backstory as to how we got here, okay? There was a time maybe 2 weeks ago, and the women in here, they were talking about their birthing stories, right? They were saying that, oh, I had a cesarean, or oh, I had a epidural, or oh, I passed out during my pregnancy because I bled out. Just tragic stories, right, Gazer? Tragic, horrible stories. What terrible, like things you hear in the horror stories. And so they were talking about pregnancy, they were talking about birth, and then the trans women came in here, and you know what they said? They said, well, just because you ladies can give birth doesn't make you women. So then, because I want the dialogue, I invited them up. And then the first thing they said, and these are trans women, they said, no. You ladies are not women because you can give birth. We are the women. So then one minute, please. Then I said, okay, so if we're not women because we can give birth, then what are you? And they said, no, we are the women, but you people are, what we would call birthing people. This is how we got here. So the person at the time who was in here was Wabbit, another trans woman named Sasha, and it was a few others. And of course, it just went like haywire. So then a trans man came in, and the trans man said, Supreme, they're not saying that they want to be a part of this, but they do feel excluded. So this is the solution that I think is the best solution. And this is a trans man talking. And again, Miss Gazer, trans men don't give a shit. There are a million trans men right now who are supporting the movement. They don't really care. That's funny to me, because if I'm going to be called transphobic, why would trans men just be on some, we don't give a shit, kudos to you for starting a movement? So the trans man who was here said, well, we're going to start something called a 3B. And this is for the trans sisters who wish to decenter men. Because again, we cannot assume that trans women want to decenter men. A lot of them do not, Gazer. A lot of them want to interact, marry, have babies by, and date men. So this is not a movement for them. The West 4B are for women who are born with a uterus, and they want to decenter men completely. And that's okay too. It's okay for women who are AFABs, assigned female at birth, to have their own spaces. And it's also okay for trans women to have their own spaces so that they can focus on their own issues. I can't make that movement for them. I asked the trans man who was here, I said, yo, let's meet on a Zoom. Let's meet and let's do a powwow. Let's get off of TikTok and organize and mobilize so that trans women have the voice that they need to decenter men the way other women are doing.
How does that work? how does that work with trans women that claim to be lesbians? Because we're finding this to be an issue on a lot of these lesbian dating sites, where these trans women will go in there and they will claim to say that they're lesbians, but they're not. So there's just so much contradiction when it comes to the left-leaning movements, and this is one of them, where you guys have so many holes and there's so many loopholes where you guys can drift off from, and it's losing focus on what you guys are really saying. So it sounds like
Gazer,
as a lesbian, I want to take this.
Hold on, 1 minute, Sasha. But Gazer, here's the thing, and I want you to understand this. In the West 4B movement, there's no holes. The only thing we said is that we are going to stay true to what the women are doing in South Korea. No one in South Korea are asking the women to allow trans women to be a part. So we're going to do the same thing here. And I said this before to the trans man, and 1 minute, Gazer, and even to you, because you are up here advocating this hard for trans women. I would like to meet with you personally so that we can kind of get this taken care of and form a coalition for the women that you support. I want trans women to get the support, but
I don't support trans women. I support women. That's why I told you I don't even go by cis. I don't want to even take on the terminologies that a lot of the trans and the left-leaning movement takes on. I'm telling you that I'm okay with you guys saying you guys are for women, you want to separate yourself from men. I'm saying that I'm agreeing with you when it comes to practicing celibacy, because that is healthy, that is good. But what I'm saying is that if you are going to say a trans woman is a woman, then what is a woman? Because that is impossible.
But then, Gazer, if I say that trans women are not women, then you're going to say I'm transphobic. Boom. So what do you want me to say? I will say what you want me to say.
That's what I'm trying to land. That's where I'm trying to land. I'm trying to say that these words that you guys come up with are very contradiction. First, we say we're women. Then we have the left leaning, the woke side saying that, oh, you're not, because it also applies to this definition here. So what I'm saying is that you're leaving a loophole for any and everybody to come in under the guise that they are trans women, just to come and threat you. So the people that you want to be away from,
for our Gazer,
your movement.
I know, Gazer, for our application process, it's vetted heavily. And there's a question on there that says, were you born with female sex gonads? It's a yes or a no. We're not allowing people in because they just say, oh, I'm a woman and I want to be down. That's not how it is. There's a vetting process. Women who are not born with fucking female sex gonads cannot be a part of this movement. And I'm not going to budge on that. The women in South Korea are not budging on that. Trans women have
just as long as you guys are okay with being called transphobic, I'm cool.
Ma'am, they call me
trans. Because they call me transphobic all day and all night because of the
I know they do it. They do it to me. They do it to Sasha. They do it all. They do it all over. What can we do, Gazer? What can we do? At least I understand, and I appreciate you saying that. But here's the thing: if I told you what was happening to me on the back end of this, and how this has become a mess with trans women, and I don't know how we got here, because again, yesterday they were kind of saying we could take your man from you. You ladies aren't even cute. You ladies don't even got your face done. We look better than you. We're going to take your men. So today, Gazer, I said, well, you can have them now. Then it's a problem? Why is this a problem? They should be, trans women should be thanking me. We're letting go of men. You don't have to steal them. There's no competition. So why is there beef? Sasha, you can go ahead. Sorry.
Initially,